you're just like me. You love fitness, you love training, you love the lifestyle, you love the food, everything. And now it's been a few weeks, I've been a few months now, a few years now maybe, and you realize, you know what? I'm not making any progress and I'm not loving the process anymore. So what's happened? You, my friend, are going through the motions. So welcome to today's video, and it's going to be about how to come out of this zone where you're going through the motions. So you're doing your training, you're doing your eating and everything as well, but it's just like sort of passive, right? I'm currently in this for the last few weeks. I have been. So step 1, don't do it on a Monday, okay? And then step 2, still pick a good day that you know you can do most of these things. So I'm actually going to take you through the day where I live this process, where I can show you how to start getting yourself back into that mode again. When you could, at the drop of a hat, you'd be on your diet, you'd love training, and when you were training your back, you'd feel everything, you're training your chest, you'd feel everything, and when you would talk to your friends or you'd look online, it would mostly be about fitness things, not concerning yourself with all the research or anything like that, but just enjoying the content, the fitness content, watching whatever you did. And slowly it's just shifted into random doom scrolling about gardening videos and all sorts, and then you find yourself so just drifting away from who you truly were. Let's get you back. So like I say, don't do a random thing where you're like, oh, I'm going to do it on a Monday, I'm going to do it after this date because I've got a birthday party in between. Do not do that. You'll never come back, and you never intend to anyway, okay? So scratch that. Do it on a day where you possibly can. Right, imagery is one of your best tools that you have. Okay, what I would say is get on your phone where you were logging everything before, where it was, you had your fitness meals in there, you had your training programs in there as well with all your stats. Go back to when you thought you were at your best. Look at those stats. First of all, see if you're any better right now, and then give yourself a thumbs up for that. And things that you've slacked on now, you can say, okay, this is what I'm capable of. How can I get there and do even more, or get back and burst past that? So that's what you want to do. You want to imagine yourself in a better position than you are now. Now that can be stats. So if you're a powerlifter, it could be your lifts in general, or if you're a bodybuilder, or if you're training for hypertrophy mainly, you want to go into the mirror, look into your physique, maybe shave your body hair. This is for the guys. This video here is for the boys. I'm sure the girls don't watch my videos anyway. Yeah, so you want to stand in front of the mirror, shave your body hair, have a look and say, is this what I was working for? Or when I set out myself to do this bulking phase or cutting phase, is this what I imagine in that length of time? Yeah? And if your answer is no, then this is the perfect video. Let's get into our first meal. So with your food, what you want to do is basically make it something you really enjoy. However, like I said, go back into your plans and see what you used to eat. You can't replicate that because we're not the same person as we were back then, which is completely understandable. What would it be today? And it was your first meal to this brand new beginning. What would you eat? Either prep that day before, obviously, for this day, ideally, or obviously if you're doing it on the day, you're doing it on the day. I'll take you to my meal. I'm going to choose my infamous fridge oats. No one knows about them. If you do want to see the recipe, I think I've got it up on there. If not, I'll make one. But this has been in the fridge overnight. Peanut butter for me is the rescuer, right? I love peanut butter. You have to be careful. So when you're weighing it or measuring it, do it on the scale. Don't put this on the scale, right? That's quite stupid because you'll have so much left on the spoon. But anyway, 20 grams for me in the morning as per my program, and you sort of do it around it. I like to keep it kind of central because I eat around there with a little bit of peanut butter around there, but whatever's left in the middle, at the end it's like a little treat, okay? I'm not losing my mind, it's a good idea, right? Do it. 19 grams is whatever. Meal's in. So while I'm eating, I like to watch YouTube. Most of you guys do as well, or Prime or whatever. What you want to do now is find the YouTubers that you'd originally watch. Okay, or if you like someone new, it's clearly, obviously, you're passively sort of training and everything, so take the clocks back. Trust me, you want to be back in line with that dude that was a few months ago, weeks ago, that was doing everything right. So you can't replicate that. Obviously, every stage in life is different, but what you want to do is mimic it and live that moment for a bit again to give you that hunger. So I'm going to go on my phone, or you can go on your tablet and find the people that you used to watch that got you into fitness in the first place. I'm going to go take the clocks way back, and I might have to watch some Hodge Twins, Matt Does Fitness, the OG videos, Joe Fazer, it's old videos as well, just to get myself back in that zone. Give that a try if you don't do that already, it's quite an underrated tip. What I tend to do sometimes if I've fallen off, because everyone you watch here, right, AJ Morris, trained by JP, even Dorian Yates, anyone you watch, anyone that is super professional in this industry, they will all have off days, weeks, months, even years. I love these guys as much as you guys do, but at the end of the day, they are all salespeople. Okay, you are buying into their products. JP sells his clothing line, his protein supplements and all. AJ Morris has got his coaching, he's got his group as well. Dorian Yates has coaching and everything as well. not saying these guys are bad or anything, whatever. They're one of the realest people in the industry that I've just mentioned now. But you got to understand, it's a business. You know, it's a business at the end of the day. They will share, obviously, their big traumatic losses or issues, anything like that. But the day-to-day mundane, when they do, they are not always 100% perfect. And don't set yourself to that standard. It's not possible. But what you can do is when you fall off, you can acknowledge it and get right back. So, tangent over. What you want to do is find someone that you used to watch, link it back to what you used to do back then as well. So while you're watching this, it'll be like that nostalgia factor that will bring you back in. Some of you dudes might be too young for this. I'm 28 years old. Some of you guys might be too young to this, looking at me like, when I was younger, I used to watch SpongeBob. What is this man talking about? Just go back a few months. Just go back whenever you started. Just go back and watch the content from that time, and then try link it to your past self. All right, it's no sci-fi shit, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to dig into this meal now, and then I'll see you in the next tip. If you can, I'd encourage to get some steps in as well. Just some light work. If you're someone that's been struggling right now to get the steps in, even if you're cutting as well, just start with a really light walk. I've got this indoor treadmill, and it goes up to like, I don't know what kph, but I just put it on like maybe in the morning. There's like level 2 or 3 while you're scrolling through your phone rather than just sitting around. Just to get your steps in, and then obviously you're slowly trying to build yourself back up, and it will build those positive connection in your brain to the day-to-day activity that you're trying to bring back in now. So that's been a really good idea for me whenever I fall off. To get the creatine in, the best way I do it, get some hydration powder, only because I'm training quite early today compared to what I normally would. Some creatine, I just use this one at the moment. Normally I use a reflex one. This is still quite good. Mix it in with a jug basically. So it's nice flavoured water, and it makes it easy to get creatine in. Like, having flavoured creatine itself tastes quite shit actually, so I'd rather mix it up with like a squash or whatever. Anyway, regardless of that, tip number whatever we're on, get a fresh haircut. You know, us guys, we can't really do a lot of self-care to feel our best. So haircuts is one of the few things we can do, and also you can speak to your barber about anything. You know, your barber's that kind of one of your best mates that you can keep secrets with. Yeah, so do that, and it will also give you that relaxed feeling. Come home, get some good hydration in, and have a good meal, which I'll show you, and then that will set you up for a great mood and to have a great gym session. Okay, dude, you've had a haircut now, you've had a great meal, now it's time to prepare for your training session. Okay, now with this, do not change your program. I don't want you to come back to your gym sessions and programs and all that basically on the basis of you having a new plan, new everything like that, because that will wear off soon. You need to learn to love that training program that you're already doing. So the reason I say that, because the novelty factor will wear off, and then you're going to be in the same position as you are now, hating your sessions and not getting the most out of them. So the key is to love the process, not the end result. Same thing that will make you successful in your cutting and bulking. You need to find love in the day-to-day mundane, and then the big result that you want will come to you, and you can enjoy it when it's there. So what you want to do is do your training program as you would normally. However, maybe today, don't track it. So don't log it. So normally you'd put it in your app or you'd put it in your logbook. Don't do it today. Okay? Don't do it. Second option, or second thing you should probably do alongside that, is just go in there and drop the load. Okay? Treat it as a deload, no matter if you've had inconsistent weeks in the past or months or whatever. This day is all about trying to kickstart how to basically come back to the gym and start loving that life again, where you can then resume it the following day, following weeks. So go in there, do not give yourself that pressure of trying to beat your numbers, even though ultimately that's what we're after. But today is not about that. Today is about finding yourself, dude. So just do the right thing. Go in there. So if you were benching 100 kilograms, do 50, do 60, something that you can comfortably do with no pressure. Love it all over again. When you're doing your rows, just, pump and squeeze, nice with chest as well. Whatever you enjoy, if you like training back, just take as much enjoyment as you can from it. Don't go to the pain threshold, okay? Because today it's about switching that off, because we're so tied up in, we need to do this, need to do that, need to get this right, need to get that right. Some days you just need to not switch off in terms of have a day off, but just do that activity that you need to do every single day, but actually love it. Now, there's two approaches. One approach, obviously, you can go the David Goggins route, and the other approach is try and fall in love with that process. Now, I'm not David Goggins. Goggins, most of you aren't. A lot of people, I would probably go as far to say 80% people cannot survive that kind of motivation. If you read his book, there's something wrong with him. That's fine, but you're not that guy. And it doesn't make you a bad person. You know, social media might make you feel like if you're not constantly on it, Andrew Tate style, and you know, this, that way, black and white, it doesn't work like that. We're normal humans. We need to love something to be able to do it properly. If you were going to go to your job and it pays all your bills, you get enough money for you to enjoy your life. However, you have to walk across, I don't know, a road full of fire, for example. How long would you do that for? It's giving you everything. It's giving you the results. It's giving you everything, but you wouldn't be able to do it for a long time. Eventually, you'd be like, fuck this, I'm going to just, I'm going to earn half the money and I'll go somewhere else. Just the same with training. You want the results. We love it. We want all the things that come with it. But if the process itself isn't lovable, you can't do it for a long time. Second of all, you'll just crash and burn. So the way to do it is not keep changing the process or finding some tricks and hidden tips and all that, whatever you see online or in ebooks or wherever. The key is to know what you're doing and know that it's the right thing and then try and fall in love with it. It's just one of them ones, kind of like where the saying is where the grass is greener where you water it. It's not greener on the other side. So that's run over. So you want to do that. I'm going to just jump on my phone now and see what I can do with my training program. Me personally, I've not fallen off, like in the sense of my training's been great, so I'm just going to keep the momentum going. But if you've fallen off and you've had a few weeks where you're not feeling it, something's not right, you're dreading the sessions that you're going to, take it easy, okay? Take it a bit easy and ignore the logbook, or maybe even, if anything, better, log it in, okay? Just log in your logbook or your app, and mark it as a deload or something, just so you can revisit it if you ever did want to, or just go complete freestyle and have some fun. There you have it. Your mojo actually isn't gone anywhere. It's just lost, buried underneath the fatigue, the overthinking, the day-to-day mundane stresses. So try some of these things and unlock your mojo again, and hopefully you won't be passive when you're training again. If it does happen, rinse and repeat. Leave a like, comment and subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.